It's always interesting whenever I come home because I have to get everything situated again. Just filled up my Keurig with fresh water, and now it's time to plug it in. Oh, base camp. Still reminds me of the road though. And down we go. Whoa, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it's thundering. Now, yesterday I drove in some pretty gnarly conditions just to get here so that I could have this cup of coffee today. And that's the reason why I drove so much, was because all day today we're supposed to have potentially tornadoes through all of North Texas. It's a little struggle bussy this morning. I get it. Me too. Me too. I guess this is as good a time as any to say hello, adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. I've been gone since January, the very first part of January, and it is now about to be May. And by the time that you see this, it'll probably be like the end of May, realistically. Oh, wow. A lot of things have happened since I've been gone. I have gone to all sorts of cool places. I have visited museums, historic sites, really fun like aquariums, zoos. I've gone to van gatherings. I have met new friends. I've seen old friends. And then I come full circle. Now, I have a base camp. Even though I travel about 75% of the year, I come back to Texas for anywhere between 10 to 25% of the year so that I can handle business, I can receive packages, I can take care of things, this time with the van itself needing to be repaired, and I can do all of that with people that I've trusted, that I know have my best interest at heart. Not to mention I come home to see family because I have family here in Texas that I really enjoy seeing. So I thought today, instead of going on a grand adventure, we would talk about some of the things that I'm going to be up to while I'm here at base camp, and then also show you some of the packages that I need to open that I'll be sharing with you guys in some future uploads. Because, well, there's a lot going on in my life right now. The first thing I decided to do as soon as I got to base camp was go through this because I needed to find some coffee. And typically I keep K-cups and then also these little packets, and I usually have a big thing of drinks and stuff like that here with me. I was going to organize this before I left, but I kind of fished through it to pick out things that I wanted for the van itself and stocked up the van and then didn't reorganize. So I think I'm going to do that today. But first, let's talk about a few things. First and foremost, let's talk about the advantages of having a base camp. For me personally, because I do a lot of product testing and things so I can share things with you guys, and then a lot of stuff behind the scenes product testing wise that you never see on the channel, this is a good place for me to have a central place to do all of that. I can come back to base camp and I can stock up on all of the items that I need and keep reserves so that I can constantly have enough stuff for the van without having to always be ordering packages on the road. I try to plan ahead enough where most of the things that I get on the road are things that are like my food items or my items that are just like the extra stuff that I find that I need along the way. This also allows me to rotate my closet from warm to cold because here at base camp I have enough room to keep my warm bulky clothes during the summer months so I don't have to like put them all in my van. Now, not everyone is going to have a base camp, but that's okay too. There's no one way to van life. But for me personally, I've always saw value in having my base camp just so that I can have that retreat to come back to. And if the world goes weird, like it did a couple of years ago, I can sit right here and be in a place that I'm not going to be told, hey, you can't be here, or hey, you have to move. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I have a base camp and that you should consider potentially having a base camp. Now, I'm not going to tell you to sell all your belongings and live on the road full time, nor am I going to tell you invest all of your money into a base camp so that you can have a place. I'm going to tell you to find what works for you and just realize that both things do have value. To a person who wants to be more minimal, living on the road full time is great because it allows you to like really purge of the extra stuff. And so you can only carry what physically you can carry in your vehicle. And that's awesome, especially if you're a person who doesn't need as much stuff. For me personally, because of the way that my job works, I do have to rotate my things pretty regularly so I can show you guys some things and so I can about others, so I can give feedback to companies to help them to create better products for us all. So that's part of the reason why base camp is handy to me. But with that said, my coffee is ready. I don't know that I have any creamer, so this could be interesting today. I may have powder creamer though. We're gonna look for it. Oh wait, I forgot. I keep some of this creamer in the top as a staple just in case for situations like this. Normally I prefer refrigerated creamer when I'm at base camp, but this stuff does the trick. So thank goodness we have this. So you guys might be thinking, well, if you're not home, what do you keep at your house in your cabinets that whenever you come back you have? Mostly spices, things that are non-perishable that I can keep here for an extended amount of time while I'm gone for several months. So that includes spices and just staples like sugars, oils, stuff like that. And then over in this cabinet, you'll notice it's pretty bare bones too. I have just basic stuff. I have Java coffee, which I also really love. It's amazing. In fact, I need to take this back on the road with me whenever I get back in the van again because I was out. I have some like jellos, just some basic broths, some cups of noodles and ramen for emergency situations. And then also like rice and pasta. Nothing that can perish is left here. And then of course I have a ton of mountain houses, but they have a different place that they go, and that I pull from every single time that I get back on the road. This is a good stock up place. But as you can see, I don't have a ton of stuff, which means that I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit of shopping. Probably not today because it's really gross outside. But I was fortunate that my parents knew that I was potentially going to be here. So they did me a solid and brought me a pizza. Yay! Also, these, which I really want to use in my little waffle machine on the Tri channel maybe. These are really delicious. We picked these up at Sam's, actually, I think. And so they have a good long shelf life in the freezer. So I'm probably gonna get some of these out and try them out over on the other channel at some point. Other than that, it's pretty bare bones here. Just basic things. Mustard, lemon, lime. In fact, the lemon fell over. It seems pretty empty. I don't know why I kept it. And then down at the bottom is just the stuff that I brought in from my fridge outside last night because I didn't want to leave my fridge plugged in. Now, another thing I do is every single time I come to base camp, I try to go through things. For those who aren't familiar with my channel or my journey, I actually was living in an apartment before I started on my travels. And I basically took everything in my apartment and I put it in storage because it was just a lot to process at that time. And so every single time I come back, I go through that stuff and just make sure that there's nothing else I can't throw out. If it can't go back into my base camp at some point, it needs to go. And so I've been doing that periodically. I believe that this purging just helps me and it really lightens my load every single time I come back. But at the same time, I don't overwhelm myself. So for the longest time, I wouldn't even touch it because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much. And a lot of times your stuff is attached to memories and some of those memories are good and some are bad. And so I would just try to like avoid. But now I'm to a point where I feel good about myself. I've worked on myself enough where I feel like going through that stuff no longer is overwhelming. So as a result, I will be moving those things into base camp very soon as I do kind of like a little remodel in here. And you'll see that on the channel at some point. I'll give you guys like an interior tiny home tour. It's not yet though. I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to get it how I want it to be. So the kitchen, that's where you guys get to live for now. Okay, I just organized my individual coffees. The reason why I was going through these is because the cocoa K-cups and the coffee K-cups look the same. And I almost made myself cocoa instead of coffee. And I definitely need coffee this morning. So these little organizers are a great way to put K-cups in. If you have, I think this will hold 15 altogether. So that's not too bad. Now, I do usually get larger boxes. And I'll keep them in the box until the box is getting pretty rough. But this is a good alternative right here. So if you are traveling in a van, this might be something that you could look into to keep your coffee in a good, safe space so it doesn't get punctured and it also stays super fresh. So I'm going to do this, and I'm actually going to put it in the shelf right up here instead of where it was. The other nice thing about being here at base camp is I have not only the Keurig, but I also have a pour over, and I really like pour over coffee. And a lot of people have suggested, ooh, you should do pour over on the road. The reason why I don't do pour over on the road is because I end up making way too much because I want to get a really bold feeling taste to what I'm making. And so a lot of times one scoop doesn't do that. You have to use at least two, but then you're wasting grounds if you don't make another cup. And I usually don't drink but one cup whenever I'm at camp. So it becomes problematic for me. Not to mention the cleanup is a lot more. And someday I'll show you my pour over show you what I'm talking about. I just don't like to have the extra little grounds that can get all over the place, and it's just problematic for me. I have tried. Most of the time whenever I'm on the road in my van, I actually use coffee bags, and I have one that I'm going to be trying out pretty soon and sharing with you guys to tell you what I think about it. Someone actually gave it to me when I was in Bisbee, and so I thought, why not give it a go on the channel so you guys could see the color, the interesting way that it's brewed, things like that. So that's going to come up in the future. But for now, let's make this coffee. And I like to use 3 of these little cups. Everybody has something a little bit different that they do, but this is how I make my super strong coffee in this big, huge cup. Now this mug is probably bigger than most. In fact, I have some regular size coffee cups, and this holds about twice as much. So 3 usually gets me to a good place. And here we go. Perfect. See, a day in my regular life isn't all so different from my van life. It's just inside a building instead of in the van. And I think that's the thing. If you design your life to be the life that you want to have, your life doesn't look so different whether you're in a sticks and bricks or you're in a van. Just proving that you don't have to necessarily be on the road in order to have great adventures. I've designed my life so I can have more adventures and more quality of life as a whole. So be it in my vehicle or at my tiny home, I still find those same things to be true. I wake up, I have purpose, I usually do similar things when it comes to work in way of editing. It looks a little bit different. Instead of editing at a random Starbucks, I edit in my living room. Instead of going to an adventure that is far away in a different state, I'll still go to adventures, just closer to home. And here I have the ability to also have access to all of those restock items and also trash, so I can properly dispose of my things, even not on Trash Tuesday. Now the super interesting thing is I have to tackle all of these today too. And you can see I've already started on a few of them. I have some Mountain House boxes, I have a few packages, I have some really cool stuff from you guys. So I may share a few of those on today's video too, but all of this stuff is new stuff that I'm either testing or that I had to order so that I could restock. But I have to finish going through this. I separated the coffee from the cocoa, and then I also have all of these little drink packets. These drink packets are great because a lot of times, especially whenever you have well water, sometimes it doesn't taste the same. And so I like to use these to kind of flavor my water. And then I also have some other things. I need to figure out a better storage for these because, again, this was just my drink tub, and I had all these drinks in here together so that I could easily restock. And that is super handy, but I think that there's a more effective use of the space. Again, much like being in my van, we're always constantly moving things, changing things, organizing things. It's just the way that life actually works. And so I'm gonna figure that out today. At some point, I may end up getting a couple more of those little clear tubs because it just makes it so much more tidy. I like things to be tidy. So naturally, as soon as I went in to go grab my coffee this morning, I was like, I forgot to organize this before I left. And I really left it in chaos because I was just like piling through it. Yeah, so we need a little bit of that TLC on day one of base camp, and that's okay. Now that we've had coffee and the day has gotten a little bit better, it's still supposed to storm in a little while, but it's a little better for now. I think I'm going to start working my way through some of the packages that you guys have sent me or that I've received while I've been gone. Now, I'm not going to show you all the different products because I really want to break those down in a bit more detail, but I have a few really cool things on here that I think are really awesome. I have a couple of birthday gifts that came in. Of course, I was traveling during my birthday, so anybody who sent me one, thank you so much. But I want to show you guys some of these. This first one actually is really, really nice. So Aussie Van Man knew that I liked sunglasses, so he sent me a birthday present because at the time we weren't traveling together. And so he sent me these. These are the Electric brand sunglasses. This is the brand that Jason Momoa actually promotes. If you guys have followed my channel for a while, you know that I'm like obsessed with sunglasses. And so these are so epic. Let's open them up. Okay, so here we go inside the package. It comes out, of course, the packaging itself, the unicarton, very nice. It's got a texture to it. The Electric brand with the logo. And then inside there's a little pamphlet that has a QR code for more information. And I really like this because it tells you about the UV protection, but it tells you in every language. So that's really cool. Then we have the actual box itself, which is a very nice protective box. So I'll definitely be holding on to this to keep up with these because they're very nice. It just has a little magnetic closure, and then in we go, and everything just falls out because I'm clumsy. So it comes with its own little case, and I can keep these in the little sleeve. It also has in here another little piece, which actually talks a little bit more about them. And so that's pretty nice also. But then there's the sunglasses themselves. And let's see, I think we need to open them up. And then I believe that they have two pieces of plastic that slide off. And oh my goodness, these are so cute. I love these. Look at this quality. So they come in a couple of different colors. I like the pink because I don't have anything quite like this. And you can see the attention to detail in here is absolutely epic. So this is really cool. Now, the real test is how do they look when they're on? Now, I look crazy, but we're going to try this out. Oh, I really like these. These are substantial. These feel good. These are weighty. They're nice. They feel good on the nose. I have kind of a smaller nose bridge, but they still fit. They don't wiggle. I like the size of the rim. It looks good, even though my head is absolutely tiny. Yeah, these feel comfortable on the ear. They don't sit too tight. Sometimes sunglasses do. If you guys have been looking at these, they're a little bit more costly, but oh my gosh. Yes. Oh yes. I also had this package at my mailbox, and it says to the cool kids, which I thought was super funny because if you guys have been paying attention to my channel for a while, you know that whenever we got kicked out of Schoolypalooza, I asked Dee, does this mean we're the cool kids now? And it's kind of just been this funny, silly thing since. So let's see what this is. Okay, inside the box we go. What is this? Oh my goodness, this looks so fun. So there's several parts to this, it looks like. The first one, this one actually says Aussie, so I'm assuming this is for Aussie Van Man. It looks like it's a cute little troll. Very fitting, super cute. I don't want to open this up fully because it's for him, but it looks like the little troll. Then there's more, hang on. Inside here, this is a Mickey. Oh my goodness. This is a Mickey, and it looks like a toy for like a dog for Riley. Oh my gosh, so Riley and Tyson, that's super awesome, and also very fitting because Riley and I, of course, went to Disney for my very first trip, which is super cool. And then this, I have to pull this one. Oh, we already know who this is. This is Lady Bug Out. Yes. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to make sure that each of these people have these. You could not have found a better situation. Oh my goodness. But then there's one more in here. And let's see. This one, oh, come out, wherever you are. This one says Bunny on it, so I am going to open up this one. Now, the package on this one said it was from Reese, and you're all the way over in Virginia, so thank you so much. This has brought me so much joy. I'm going to make sure that everyone has their items the next time that I see them. And so, guys, if you see this, you have gifts. Okay, so inside the plastic we go for this one, and I am really bad with packages, so let's hope we get this right. It just keeps going and challenging me. Oh, no! Ooh, these are perfect. These are some nice fuzzy socks with the bottom that has the slip resistance. And I really like this because it's kind of hard to see, but it's like a glittery. These will be perfect for in the van on a cold night, which I have had several of as of late. They're nice and fleece lined, it looks like. They're so squishy. I love this. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge texture person, so when I find something that's soft, I just play with it and kind of do like what cats do. I kind of need it. So, oh, I love this. Thank you so much. Now, next up, I had a package from Robin, and Robin is in Loveland, Colorado, so I'm really excited about this one too because I love Loveland so much. Loveland has a wonderful museum that I went to, and it's actually the home of Valentine's Sweethearts. They actually turned it into Valentine's Day Central and have this cool mail program that they've been doing there for a very long time where they, if you send a love letter or a letter to Loveland, they'll send you something back with the postage stamp, and it's called the Sweetheart City. So here we go. So inside we go, and Oh, I already know what this is. I already know what this is. Oh my goodness. So for those who aren't familiar with my channel, I love to collect patches, and I keep these patches to commemorate all the cool places that I've gone, and I use these little Velcro dots. So you have more than surprised me with this one. I'm kind of stuck together though, so let's look. Let's see. It says, "Hi Bunny, thought you could use these for your patches, Grandma Robin from Loveland." And she sent me this awesome little America postcard from Granger, Wyoming. But it looks like there's a couple of other things in here too. So let's dive back in and see what they are. It looks like Robin is the owner of an eBay store. It's called Rogers General Store. So she sent me this so that I could go and check out her stuff. I like that a lot. Thank you. And if you guys are looking for cool stuff, go check out Robin, definitely. Also, she sent me her Robin Goes Camping, and this is really nice also, out of Loveland, Colorado, a cool business card, and a neat little trivia card. I love trivia so much. So, fun story. You know those little trivia nights that they have in random places? That is one of my favorite things to happen upon, and whenever I lived in Dallas, there was a place right down the road from where I lived that we would do trivia night all the time. So thank you so much, Robin. Now this one is all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. I've covered up the name because you guys don't need to know who it is, but this is Debbie, and she sent me this awesome little bunny. Check that out. Let's see what's inside. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Now I'm going to remove a piece of this really quickly because you guys don't need to know what's in here. Just know though, it's really nice. And here we have a continuation of the super cute bunnies with a birthday wishes. Thank you so much. This is so cute already. I love it. But let's go ahead and open it up and I'll show you guys what it looks like right here. Boom. This is so cute. I love this. I'm going to actually put this on my refrigerator right now because it's adorable. Now, like I said earlier in this video, I'm actually in the process of getting Basecamp a little more bunnified. And so I'm going to be adding more cute little bunnies because I also use this as my film area. And so I want it to express who I am. And so this definitely does that. So thank you. It says, "Happy birthday to some bunny special." And then, "To a beautiful lady on her birthday, enjoy." And this is from Debbie in St. Louis. Thank you so much, Debbie, and thank you for what was inside of here. That'll be a secret between me and you. Now, while we're at it, I failed a little bit. I opened this one without showing it to you guys. This actually is a gift that came in from my cousin, and it arrived just after I left base camp. And she knows me pretty well. This is a great adventure bottle, and you guys know that whenever I get a new adventure bottle, I deck it out with all my stickers. Check this out, like this one right here. So I fill it up with all of my adventure friends, and as I do and it gets full, then I move on to a new one. So it's almost time for a new one because the gray one I've been carrying with me is full now. And so she sent me this one, and it actually has two different kinds of lids here. So the first lid is just a pop and go, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a pop and go. It's just a little stiff. There it is. It's brand new, so it's harder. And then the other one actually has the spout. And this is a very nice insulated bottle. It looks like it is from joyjolt.com. So thank you, Jessica. Thank you, John. I appreciate you guys so much. This is going on my next adventure with me for sure. I can't wait to fill it up with more stickers. Now, in addition, when I come back to base camp, I get a lot of mail, just regular mail. So I get to sort through all of this. And then I also have some magazines and things like that. So I'm going to be spending the greater portion of my afternoon weeding through this to see if any of it deserves attention or needs attention. Most of my billing I do online, however, just to make it a little easier for me to do while I'm traveling so I don't have to have paper. However, I do like to keep a paper copy for my records. So most of this will probably just go directly into my records. But these I think are all from AAA. And so I don't know why they sent me 3, but okay, cool. Now, in addition, I did get new Mountain House meals. I always try to stock up every time I come to base camp, and so this is filled with Mountain House meals. Some of my favorites are in here. The yellow curry, of course, is on the top because it is my absolute favorite at this time. I also have some more beef stroganoff because I've really been obsessed with that as of late. There's a different one in here that's like a chicken one. It's somewhere down here. I'm very excited about that one. And I also have a lot of pad thai somewhere down in here because pad thai has had a hold on me as of late. So what I'll do with these is typically whenever it's time to reload the van, I'll grab pouches and I organize them. And then whenever I come back again, I grab pouches again. And so this just keeps my inventory both here at base camp and then also on the road really good. And that way I can make sure that I not only have adventure meals for the road, but I also have backup preparedness meals should anything happen that my family can access. You know, we've talked about it a lot. Preparedness is a big thing, and especially after driving through the terrible weather. I've already lost power twice today, earlier in the day whenever it was storming, because let's face it, the power grid in Texas is not the greatest. Despite the fact that our state is big and grand and huge and so many people are moving here, the power struggles sometimes. So having a good supply of Mountain House is always something I suggest to you guys. And so every time I come back, I make sure that I have a box ready to go to get back on the road, but also that I have enough here that should something happen, my parents can come up to my tiny home and they can pick up a few so that they can be good. Now they do have a camping setup in their van also so that they can cook over an open flame without having to rely on electricity or gas. Just in case the world gets weird, they still have accessibility to food. I suggest you guys do that too, and also create a plan for your family members, even if they don't live under one roof with you. Now, I also have this box from Mountain House, and I know that this is my ambassador box. So for those of you who don't know, I am a Mountain House ambassador. This is my second season with them, and I really enjoy not only the food, but also the people. They're great people. And so every year they send out a care package at the beginning of the year to the ambassadors. So we're about to find out what it is. I have already cut it for the purpose of not having to cut it on this video because, well, I'm not great with sharp things. So I did it very carefully because, as you can see, yeah. Now these care packages are just sent to us so that we can have something a little nice that we can share with others or that we can take out on the trails and things like that. And I really appreciate that. It makes life so much better. In fact, the table that I showed you guys a few weeks ago, that was from my last care package from Mountain House. It's absolutely been a game changer and something that I needed, but I didn't really know what direction to go into with. And so I'm really happy that they sent it to me because I was able to test it, share it with you guys because I think it's just that awesome. And it wasn't something that I was obligated to share. It was just something that I legitimately liked. And so I hope it's helpful to you guys also. I wonder what's in this box though. I know one thing that is for sure going to be in this box, and it's my new patch, which I can now use the Velcro for. Inside we go. And oh, no way. No way. Okay, so right off the top, a morsel spoon. So how many times have you guys seen me using my morsel and asked me where I got it? Guess what, guys? This is the new upgraded one that they have for morsel. It still has the silicone scoop on here so that whenever you're eating a Mountain House meal or anything for that matter, you can definitely get down to the very last little tiny bit of it. This is a high temp silicone, and look, it shows for tight corners and odd shapes. It works because of the design, which is exactly how my other one worked. I loved that thing, and it just started to fall apart. In fact, I'm mourning it because it was gone. It was gone. I've been milking the one side that's not gone, but realistically, I need to throw it away. And I've had that thing for years, so I know this is quality. So yay! You know, sometimes whenever you get something and it messes up, it just sends you in a spiral. Well, that's what was happening with my morsel. And I know you guys have been asking me for the longest time, is there a link? Is there a link? Is there a link? And unfortunately, I don't have a link. You have to get them directly through Morsel. And so I can't get a discount code for you guys. I wish I could. I've tried. And if you are Morsel and you are watching this, please give my viewers the discount code because I swear by this product. In all of my kitchen kit, this is the one thing that I have consistently brought with me from tent camping all the way up to van life. And I literally walk around with this thing if I know that I'm going to be eating with other people because I would rather use it than a plastic or any kind of other like spoon or fork. It's just genius what they have done. And there's others on the market that use similar technology. Morsel is better, guys. I know you're thinking, okay, sure, how great can it be? Try it, you will understand. Ooh, since we made coffee earlier and I was talking about single serves, we have a couple of different ones in here too. Ooh, so I'm gonna have two different kinds of coffee to try. This is Wildland coffee, and it's just a little tea bag. You can see it has a QR code on here so we can learn more about it. They sent me an extra dark roast, and then it looks like they also sent me a medium roast. Ooh, I am excited. I love me some coffee, as you can tell, so this is gonna be really yummy to try. Ooh, over here, this is what we were looking for, this stuff right here. Yes, let's take this over to the section so that we can lay it flat. Okay, it looks like they sent me 2 patches, which is super awesome. That means I can use one of them in my van and I could use one for my other project that I'm kind of working on. This is actually a magnet, so this is about to go right onto the fridge. 2 stickers of this kind and 1 of this kind with the hollow. I like the hollow. That is fun and funky. Now the question is, which one of these will I put on the new water bottle? I'm going to contemplate on that one for a little bit, but I know this is going on the fridge, so let's just put it there now. You know, realistically, let's just slap it on here. I can always move it later, but yes, there we go. And last but not least is Hest. Now, last year when we were at the GoPro Mountain Games, I met some of the Hest team. It was amazing to see the products that they have. This looks like it's one of the travel pillows. It's in here kind of tight, so let me use both hands to get it out. Don't judge my Santas. I haven't taken them down because I left right after Christmas. So like I said, I have work to do here at base camp. This is the Hest pillow though, and this is really nice. I'm very excited about this. It says it's a blended fill memory foam and polyester. It has a stretch woven nylon sleep surface. It has a customizable loft and supportive curved shape. So this is going to be great for not only whenever I am in the van, but also I kind of have something up my sleeve for whenever I travel again. Oh, nice. Super nice. So as many of you know, I used to tent camp. That was what I started out doing. For 3 whole years, I just tent camped. And in doing so, I would stay in a variety of different places that were really nice places. And I really liked being that close to nature in some situations. Well, when I got into the van, I have the added security of I can camp more places, but also I can camp like in areas and not have to worry about being in a tiny little tent. However, there are a few instances where I still would like to have a tent. So I think what I'm going to do is whenever I clear out the van and I start repacking it, I'm going to go through my tents and I'm going to find one that I feel the most confident with, and I'm going to take that one on the road with me. And I'm going to, if I want to stay outside, stay outside. If I want to get a little bit more breeze, sit inside that. But also, if I want to have a friend join me at any point in time, they can come to where I am and have a safe space to stay. And that way they don't have to car camp and feel uncomfortable. Or if they're a person who's interested in maybe doing this, they can come out and see if it's for them. I have a few friends who have expressed this because they've seen that I've been on the road now for 6 years and they're like, okay, there might be something to this. So that's what I'm planning on doing. But this can go with me. And this can stay in the van or in the tent. This is nice and it feels cool to the touch. Was not expecting that. This is very nice. So I'm very excited about this. I'm planning on changing out some of the things inside my van also, and you'll learn a little bit more about that as we kind of go. I've had some time to think about some ideas. So one of the things I was going to change out was my pillow system anyway. And so this now can go in there and provide me a little extra support whenever I need it. Right now I have 2 very large pillows and I have like a decorative pillow. That decorative pillow actually doubles though as like my knee pillow because I have sciatica. And so I usually use that to kind of position myself so that my back doesn't hurt after a long day of like hiking or walking. But this could also be used as like that comfort pillow, or I could actually take this and use this as my head pillow and then use one of those larger pillows as like a side body pillow maybe. I don't know. I'm looking at like body pillow ideas because when I used to travel with my body pillow, it was very handy for my back. So again, this video is kind of weird because we're at base camp and just talking about stuff, but all of these things are the things that go into the bigger picture when I get back into the van. So this is awesome. Mountain house, wow. You outdid yourself. Okay, last but not least, I do have some boxes left, but like I said, I'm going to show you all those kind of together on their own independent space. But I did have one thing that I'm very curious about. How many of you guys have seen Temu? T-E-M-U. Temu. So I kept seeing this popping up, and I was kind of looking through their inventory and I saw they have some cool stuff. But at the same time, I wanted to see one, if it was going to take forever to ship to me, because realistically, that's not an option whenever I have limited time at base camp. I couldn't wait for like months to get something. Also, 2, I wanted to see what their quality was like because people have compared it to places like AliExpress. Now, I have ordered things from AliExpress before, and I will say they have some great stuff. Super cheap. It just takes forever to get to you because it's coming from abroad. So it's kind of one of those hit or miss on if it's worth it things. So whenever I found out Temu had like summer clothes for curvy people, I was like, let's check them out. So I have a package. I will say this, I tracked this, it took 5 days to get here. that is much better than AliExpress. Now, I'm not going to open this up right now because I do want to do a separate video where I talk about why I have different things in my wardrobe and why I rotate things. And I think that that'll be helpful to some of the women out there, because a lot of times whenever we're selecting what we want to put in our adventure rigs, we have a long thought process. Guys, you guys are much more simple. You're like, I need pants, I need shorts, I need shirts, we're done. Most of the time. Some guys are a bit more selective, I understand, but us women, we put a lot of thought into our appearance and what we do. You can't tell it from how I look right now. I look insane, but it's okay. I'm tired, sunburned, and I drove literally 800 miles yesterday. So I thought that this could be its own independent thing, but I wanted to show you guys that I am going to do this. And if you're interested in finding out more about the things inside here, be looking for the video. I don't know if I'm going to put it on this channel or if I'm going to put it on the Try channel, but I kind of think it would be good for here because I, again, do want to talk about the travel aspect of wardrobe and how you can be a minimalist or you can be a maximalist. There's no one way to van life. And realistically, I think that so many people think that when you move into a small space, you have to sacrifice everything, including your own personal taste. That is not the case. It's all about creativity in your planning. And so I think this is going to get us there, but we're also going to check the quality when we do. So I wanted to tell you guys that I do have this, but we'll be exploring it a little bit later. Now, this last box is by Robin Rogers, and she sent me something really fun. Now, I did go ahead and lift this up because I wanted to get to this while ago. This is super cute. You can see it's a little Easter egg and flower. Super nice way to start a package. And then this was actually below. So I'm going to set it to the side and show you guys what was on top. It says, love many, trust a few, and always paddle your own canoe. And it's just a super cute little card. And I like that a lot. But this guy right here, this little chunk is so cute. Sunbathing in the Southwest. Now, it also is a birthday thing, so what's inside is really fun. So in we go, and as we unwrap, look at this, guys! Oh my goodness. These are little bunny glasses. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bubble wrap and show you what they look like. Here they are. Aren't these so cute? They have a little bunny stash on them, and then it's got like a clear lens so you can actually see my eyes. These are so cute, and they remind me of something that two other friends gave me a while back. Let me show you. Now, these were a gift from my friends Collie and Kyle, and they're just so fun. They gave me a pink pair and a white pair, and so I've had these for a while, just waiting to bust them out for some special occasion. So I wanted to highlight these also because I thought, well, between the two, super, super fun. I love that so many of you have considered me and my weird obsession with bunnies. Thank you guys so much. And just to show you guys how cute these are, check this out. I am so excited right now. I don't know if my face actually shows just how excited I truly am. These are so cute. I love that they have even like one little bent here, and then this one's more upright. This is so fun. Now, with that said, I'm going to break down all of these boxes and I'm going to take them to properly dispose of them to get a few things out of my way. And already I am feeling so much more refreshed being here at base camp just because I'm making progress. Sometimes whenever you're away from base camp for a while, especially if you couldn't do everything you wanted to do before you left, it can be chaos when you get back. For example, that hot cocoa thing. What? It was just a mess. And it was making me insane from point blank number one, the first thing I got out of bed, and that's never fun. I like to keep a tidy ship in my van, and I also like to keep a tidy ship here at base camp, but sometimes things just happen and it's weird, and so a little work needs to be done, like the Santas. The Santas need to go to the Santa hiding place until Christmas. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get all these things broken down. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to go have some dinner with my family since I finally get to see them. And I hope that this video is a little insightful as to the way that life works when I'm at base camp and why I have a base camp. I want to say thank you to everyone who sent me a birthday wish or anything cool in the mail. Thank you guys so much. As always, if you are interested in doing so, I do have a P.O. box. It's in the description box. I do appreciate you, and I will be sending each and every one of you something a little special from me to say thank you. I know know a lot of you have expressed interest in tiny living, and so I hope to share a little bit more of that journey as I kind of go along to fixing this space up and making it kind of a little bit more my own and more of a space that I can use as both a utilitarian space and also a comfy space for base camp. And as I add those little personal touches that make it more bunny-tastic. I know it's not for everyone, but I figured at this point, now that I have a space and it's comfortable and I like the way that it is, the more that I put into it of my personal personality, the more that it shines through for anyone who visits me later on down the line, and also makes it into a useful space. I think that it's important for you to realize, do you want a base camp? Do you not want a base camp? What are your priorities? What are your hopes? And also, what are your realistic thoughts? I'm not, again, saying go buy land, build something, or go sell everything, live in a van. I'm saying that there's a balance to each and every one of us, and some people live on the road full time, some people live on the road part time, some people are casual vacationers, some people are everyday people who just are weekend warriors, and all of those are perfectly acceptable and welcome here on my channel. With that said, I'm gonna make sure that I find a place for these until I see my friends, and guess what, guys? We're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time, and I am definitely happy to be at base camp after a long trip. And I've got some stuff in store for you guys while I'm here, in addition to some more traveling, because I think that the travel videos are gonna just kick up a notch as I continue to plan where I'm going. I also want to share some things as to where I'm going, what I'm doing to the van, and what's next. But you'll see that in upcoming videos. Till next time, guys, bye!